Bayern Munich have approached Florian Wirtz. Yes, after getting rebuffed in the summer, getting rejected in the summer, they are back for more. They want Florian Wirtz and they are not letting go easily. But the answer might surprise you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you just basically understand the whole situation, why they reached out to him, how they reached out to him, and what the decision was from Florian Wirtz and his agent, who is his father. But let me know your thoughts in the comments once I read it all out to you, because it is unbelievable. Florian Wirtz, the man who has been unbelievable so far for Liverpool. 14 goal contributions, 11 in his last 17 games. He had a slow start, absolutely, but we knew the quality that he had. And Bayern, most of all, knew the quality that he had. That's why they wanted him in the summer. But he chose Liverpool for a very good reason. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at the information that he said, and I'm going to give you Florian Wirtz's answer to Bayern Munich. Right, this is coming from Bayern Space. These are one of the most credible journalists in terms of Bayern news, and they were the first person to break the news about Florian Wirtz rejecting Bayern Munich and coming to Liverpool. So his information is valuable. So let's read it. I can now reveal that in recent days, Uli Hoeneß made contact with Hans-Joachim Wirtz, father and agent of Florian Wirtz, after Florian's tremendous Premier League form and seamless adjustment forced its way into Bayern's headquarters, despite quiet hopes in some corners of Bayern Munich that the step abroad might prove too big, too fast, and too unforgiving. Which I'd say they were probably happy with his start to Bayern, to the life in Liverpool. Right, we move on to the next part. The outreach was calculated rather than spontaneous. It followed a familiar Bayern playbook: offer congratulations, rebuilt warmth, re-establish emotional proximity, and subtly remind the family that the door back home is never locked. The subtext was unmistakable. Should nostalgia or comfort ever begin to outweigh ambition, Bayern would be waiting. Bayern would be waiting. Get lost. He's ours. Get lost. He plays for Liverpool. Right, the next bit. This is the best bit, right? And I'm just going to tell you a little bit of context around it. So they wanted to basically do something like they did with Leroy Sané at Manchester City and let him go to Manchester City, let him do what he wants to do, but the door is always open. But the door is not always open. So Hans-Joachim Wirtz, Florian Wirtz's father, answered without the slightest pause, making it unmistakably clear that Florian's journey in England is not a temporary interlude before a nostalgic return to Germany, but a long-term commitment designed to peak, flourish, and ultimately conclude at Liverpool, England's most mythical, aura-drenched and historically towering institution, a club woven into the very mythology of the sport with no hidden clause for a sentimental homecoming. Wow. Wow. Florian Wirtz is not going back to Bayern Munich. His dad has already told Bayern Munich that. Unbelievable. What a way to position Liverpool and the way Florian Wirtz is thinking about it. And then just to wrap it all out, this is the final piece. There is no conceivable scenario in which Florian returns to the Bundesliga, neither at the height of his powers nor in the twilight of his career, because he does not see Germany as unfinished business. And it is worth noting that not even Spain tempts him, as both stand beneath the summit he believes he already occupies. From Florian's perspective, a move to Bayern was never an unwritten chapter, but a throne imagined in Munich's own chronicles, and whatever tried to proclaim its destiny has now collapsed like an empire of marble with hollow foundations, undone by a history that was never theirs to shape. Florian Wirtz is staying at Liverpool, and hopefully that just rebuffs Bayern Munich, because we all know they think that they have some unwritten rule to every single German player. And I would say Florian Wirtz is probably the first big profile player to reject them when they really, really wanted him. And he's staying at Liverpool. He wants to fulfill his destiny at Liverpool, lead this Liverpool team for the next 10 years. And hopefully we will continue to see the best and more of Florian Wirtz for years to come. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you make of that? Florian Wirtz to stay at Liverpool. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.